Welcome to the Life Groups and Life Missions Leadership Podcast. We are honored that you guys chose to spend just a couple minutes of your week with us. We hope today's content will bring value to you as a leader and as a follower of Christ.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this past weekend we heard a pretty heavy message, and there was an opportunity for both of us to connect with many of you guys. Anytime you're here on the weekend attending a service, we would love an opportunity to connect with you. So when you guys are here, come find us. Shake our hands, say hi. We want to be able to give you guys a high five, give you a hug, and just hear how things are going in your life and in your life group.
Yeah, not only would we love to be able to hear about what is happening with the groups that you guys lead and the life leaders that you guys lead, but we also want to know how you're doing so that we can be praying for you on a consistent basis, because we love you guys and we are so thankful that you are a part of this ministry.
Absolutely. You know, today we actually get to talk about self-leadership, and I am so excited about this one. This one is huge for me.
Yeah, when we talk about leadership, we want to be leaders that people want to follow. And some of that is by the way we carry ourselves and the way we lead ourselves. A great book that both Chad and I have read is called Extreme Ownership by Leif Babin and Jocko Willink. Little weird names, but these two guys are incredibly strong leaders. They spent most of their adult life working in the Navy SEALs, and they were taking some of the lessons that they learned in those extreme environments and applying them to leadership in everyday life. And we want to take some of those thoughts today and just challenge you guys as it's challenged us. And one of those things is we want to be leaders who take ownership of everything we do. What you need to recognize is, as a leader, you have been empowered, you have been equipped, and you have been entrusted to do the work that God has called you to. And what we look at is we look at our life experiences, we look at all of these different opportunities that we've had in life to learn, and we want to take those things and apply those to the leadership situations that we find ourselves in. It's not simply just one of those things where we try to figure it out as we go, but God has always given us abilities, situations, resources, and connections with other people for us to be able to take action in the situations that we're in.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so true. You know, we look at circumstances. Sometimes we have the mindset of, man, my circumstances, if my circumstances were better here, or if I had this, then this would happen. But the truth of the matter is circumstances are just a part of reality. And if we take ownership and ask ourselves, you know, one of the great questions I love to ask myself is, what would great look like right now? What would great look like?
That's good.
And that allows me a time to self-reflect and see how I can impact the outcomes that I want to see.
Yeah, when we take inventory of the circumstance that we're in, and we recognize the tools that either God has given us or have placed around us, instead of thinking, man, I wish we had more, we can look at the blessings that we already have and begin to use those to impact our situation. And that's where leadership really takes hold. That's where extreme ownership really takes in, when we recognize that something isn't happening the way we expected or the way we wanted. Instead of trying to push the blame outward, we reflect to see, how could I improve this, or how could have I improved this, so that moving forward, the situation starts looking a little bit better.
Yeah. You know, we're going to have those hills and those valleys all the time in life. That's just a part of it. But as we begin to self-reflect and ask ourselves these questions, we begin to build resilience. And resiliency is so important in leadership.
It is. And as we're all on this journey to become the leaders that people really want to follow, it's important for us to every week, every day, evaluate where we are. And one of the ways we want you guys to be able to evaluate your leadership is by asking this question, is how can I take more ownership in my leadership? And we'd love to hear from you guys. Respond in Facebook, email us back, text us, talk to us on the weekend. We love you guys. And remember, whoever finds God
finds life.